This family was only able to take a few of their belongings when they fled Syria. The mother is too afraid to reveal her name, so we'll call her Khaled. She and her children crossed from the southwestern city of Daraa into neighboring Jordan.
24 hours a day there was mortar shelling over us. 24 hours without sleep. We became crazy from lack of sleep. It was psychological warfare. And you don't know where a shell will come at you from, so you don't know where to hide.
After crossing the border on foot at night, the family is safe. But they're still in shock and can't believe the Zaatari refugee camp is now their home.
We've lost our home, our neighbors, our dreams. My son and daughter had dreams and went to school. We've lost it all and left it behind us because of fear and terror. We didn't want to go. We fled because it was like hell, the hell of hell.
After escaping hell in Syria, they came to the Zaatari camp in the Jordanian desert. Their new home is a tent, one of 2,000 set up by the UN Refugee Agency. Here, temperatures top 40 degrees Celsius and whirlwinds of sand and dust blow through the camp. International aid workers provide Syrian refugees with essential items like food, blankets, toothpaste and laundry detergent. Not much for people who've lost everything. The camp had to be set up quickly and is still a work in progress. Volunteers from the German Agency for Technical Relief, THW, are installing toilets and showers. They're doing their part to improve living conditions here.
It's no problem to plan and construct such a camp ahead of time, but things are completely different here. We're being hit with a flood of refugees and have to build in areas where new refugees are arriving. Each night more refugees come, and we have to work amongst them. That's a real challenge.
Several times a day, trucks deliver water, which is scarce in Jordan. There are plans to drill wells. There's no way to cool down, which is hard to take during the fasting month of Ramadan. Khaled says it's tough on everyone here, to suddenly not have running water, to have no bathroom, no kitchen, nothing. The THW volunteers are forced to improvise a lot. Every day more refugees arrive and it's a struggle to supply them all with water. The workers are touched by the fate of the refugees here.
First you see that they have to live in adverse conditions like this, and then when you see the crying children, you really start to think about what people from Syria have just experienced. I've spoken with people whose homes were destroyed by bombs dropped right over their heads. Ordinary Europeans can't imagine living like this.
Germany's Commissioner for Human Rights Policy and Humanitarian Aid, Markus Lörning, paid a visit to the Zaatari camp a few days ago. He wanted to view the situation for himself and see where help is needed.
There's the situation of how people live here, in the sand and dust, in tents. It's very basic, with just a mattress and a blanket. They really only have the essentials. Life's very hard for the people here.
Germany's Foreign Office has allocated 11.5 million euros in aid money. Part of it is being used to set up the camp. Jordan has welcomed many Syrians fleeing the civil war, at Zaatari and elsewhere.
First, we have to acknowledge that the Jordanians have done a great deal. They've taken people into their families, into their homes. They also volunteer in the camps. But I think Jordanian society is slowly becoming overwhelmed. The world community needs to help.
Meanwhile, the refugees aren't allowed to leave the camp, and the latest news from Syria doesn't lead them to believe they'll be able to return home soon.
I'd like to go back. But does Syria still exist? All this destruction. After you've seen people being torn to pieces, you can't eat anymore.
The children are tired. They've lost all faith. No one has seen the things they've seen. You can't imagine what these youngsters have witnessed.
They've lost almost everything, and now all they can do in Jordan is wait. Wait for things to get better. Wait until peace, hopefully, returns to Syria.